says it's kind of rock and roll.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
All right.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Into the Comiverse. What I'm calling the penultimate episode. I'll get to that later. We'll see. Check out the chat here in a minute, but first, I got a couple of guys chilling backstage, so we're going to do the official intro to say hello.
Hello there.
Hey guys, how you doing? We got Cliff on Comics and Dr. Von Hoot from the Spiral Dimension returning. He returned with the Parliament of Mouse.
I'm back. It's good to be in the Comiverse. I'm looking forward to discussing some sci-fi goodness.
And I love the commingling of the Spiral Dimension and the Comiverse. You know, it makes things extra timey-wimey.
And I know that reference.
We all do.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure you have to hand in your geek card if you don't know that reference.
You know, not everyone's a Doctor Who person, so we got to be fair.
Yeah. True. Yeah, I suppose.
Fairness.
So let's take a walk through the chat real quick. As always, pinned at the top is the link if you would like to join the panel, because later on tonight we're going to be discussing our favorite science fiction movies, TV shows, books, comics, all that good stuff. We got Las Cruces saying hooray and wahoo. Christina Payne, I just gave her a wrench. I felt like I should. I like Christina. She does real good work, you know, helping support all the shows that she's on. Hello from New Mexico.
She's amazing. Love her.
Yes, she is. We got Las Cruces, the man that I swear to God needs to start buying lottery tickets.
Yeah, certainly the StreamYard gods like him. Like, he gets a fair few giveaways, that man.
Yeah, because if I'm not mistaken, it was Las Cruces that won my giveaway from last episode, and he got his book, so I'm sure he was pretty happy with that.
Yeah. Listen, his Instagram is just full of wins. Full.
Yeah. So I have a question. Should I start with the unboxings, or should I talk about the future of my channel first?
Unbox.
Well, first we got Mott. I'm going to be with him later on as we do a quest through Kryn, the finale for Dragons of Winter Night. And he says he was very happy. All right, so I guess I will embiggen myself. So the first one I'm going to open up is from Amazon. I had some gift card points, my last ones from work, so I used it to get me something for the Evansville Comic-Con. Excuse me, it's not the Evansville Comic-Con. It's called the Evansville Horror Con that I'll be going to March 1st through 2nd. David Howard Thornton's going to be there. Brett Wagner, Dave Sheridan, Felisa Rose, Tyler Main, Holly Marie Combs, and Brian Krause from Charmed, and Danielle Harris. And the idea with this was I got me a nice little hoodie, and I wanted to get one. The idea was to get one from, I saw a really nice Halloween 4 one, but unfortunately I wasn't sure whether or not it would get here in time. So I saw this one, and it's one of my favorite images. So this is what I plan on wearing on one of the days of the con. And this thing is huge. That's what she said.
Oh, my.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
So, yeah. This is like one of my favorite. I mean, it's got it on the back. Now, I'm flirting with the idea that since Tyler Main and Danielle Harris are both going to be there, I may actually take a gold Sharpie and have them sign it. Like I said, I'm just thinking. I thought about it.
That's cool.
Then I wouldn't be able to wear it anymore if I did that.
True, but I mean, how much are you gonna wear it? Like, that's my thinking. It would look good in a frame. Like that would look pretty badass with two
And
SIGs on the front.
I haven't said his name yet, but he has appeared. I believe in C Bizzle. Couching the Sauce with C
Hooray!
Bizzle. We got Mark Spector Comics. Oh, we have my wife, Kim. She's watching. I know she's going to join in on the discussion later.
Wait, C Bizzle didn't kick in the door? How does he get in then? Like, he always kicks in the door and bam, C Bizzle.
Yeah, he's kind of like Batman. He just showed up out of nowhere.
Oh.
1063 Comics is what know if Cliff rests. So the other part of the live unboxing, I won the second place prize. Correct me if I'm wrong, Cliff, for the 1K giveaway of the Council of Comics.
I have to believe that's true because at a certain point, I just kind of lost track of everything. It was a very crazy December.
Oh, C Bizzle says he gets in by picking locks. And he was already here.
My mom.
But so I'm going to open this up. I got this from Sam. I know I got another thing coming from C Bizzle soon. So I don't even know what this stuff is, y'all. This is going to be cool. And as you can see, I waited. I didn't even cut the box open. All right, let's see here.
I'm excited.
Cool. Oh, this is pretty cool. Got some comics, and I got a couple of Hot Wheels.
Ooh.
Was it a small glide? Is that what it is? Maybe I should be wearing my glasses. I got small blue. Then the Batmobile.
Oh, I like that.
At least I know the Batmobile.
Yeah. That's awesome.
It's a Batmobile. And if I haven't mentioned it, which I haven't, y'all should be checking out the Council of Comics because Cliff is a member of the council. And they do awesome, film reviews and box new comic book day live shows. And also, what else y'all do, Cliff? Because
New Keys and Hot Comics on Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Movie reviews in the box office, Sundays, 5 p.m. Eastern. New Comic Book Day is Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. We have a good time.
Thank you, because I know I was butchering the hell out of that.
I'm excited. I want to see what comics he's on.
Cool. All right, first off, we got, okay. It looks like we have a set of the ambassadors. That's pretty cool.
Very nice.
I don't think I've ever read. This is Millard.
Is it the trade?
You know what? You're right. It is a trade.
Oh no, Rich is ill. Sad times.
Yeah. Oh no.
Feel better soon, mate.
Oh man, I'm feeling better. My wife is telling me I'm holding the cars too close to the camera.
That's funny.
And 1063 is now sub to the Council of Comics. We got the ambassadors. That's pretty cool.
I like the ambassadors.
Look inside and look inside and see if it's from me.
Oh, is it?
I can't tell. I don't remember. That's why. But I know if you look inside, I'll know if it's mine.
Okay.
All right, it's definitely from Phil. Okay.
All right. I already see some cool stuff. Now, I don't know who did this cover, but we got Wolverine Revenge.
Very nice. Very nice.
Oh, my goodness. Yes. The Skybound 10th printings of Transformers #1.
Beautiful.
I wanted these so bad. And the Starscream.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So you have the set. Good.
Yeah.
And that's all Sam and his love of the Transformers.
That is awesome.
I want that.
Spawn issue #2.
Very nice.
Classic.
We have Marvel Tales 211, reprinting
Sweet.
Amazing Spider-Man 135. This is awesome.
That's a great cover.
Darkhawk 25, because who doesn't need more Darkhawk in your life?
Beautiful foil.
Oh, this is pretty cool. I love Scotty Young, and this is a Scotty Young cover for X-Men #1. That is awesome.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen that. That's awesome.
That is pretty cool. Ah, cool. Wolverine #4, Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection. Not sure who did the cover.
Nice.
That is sweet. Then we got, I think this might be my second or third copy, but I don't care because it's a really awesome book. We got Warlock and Infinity Watch #1. Now, is this the first appearance of the Infinity Watch, or is that issue 2?
I think issue 2 is where they actually come together, right? Because the first issue, he's surrounded by people that are worried about him having the gauntlet.
Oh, yeah. Then we've got Daredevil 276. That is sweet. And then the last one, which I don't have, is pretty cool. This is X Factor 22, the second cameo appearance of Angel as Archangel, the Angel or Death. That is pretty awesome. So, Cliff, since you're here, thank you. Thank you to the Council of Comics. That is pretty awesome.
I'm like, you know what? That one's going to be all Sam and T Bizzle because I'm like, I don't remember any of those books.
They're awesome, though. That's a banger.
They are great. They are great.
Let me get back to the chat real quick. What's up from Indiana from my buddy Tim? We may be neighbors soon.
Nice.
And he says, it's nice to have a director watching. Christina, thank you very much for posting the links. I appreciate that. And yes, don't forget, hit the thumbs up. Now, I'll go ahead and show these again since my wife said I was holding them. There we go. Too close to the... That's pretty cool. Because I do actually love me some Hot Wheels. Who doesn't love them some Hot Wheels?
The Batmobile wins. That's just awesome. I love it.
So y'all want to show something off, or I want to talk about the future of the channel, but we can do that later on.
No, DVH is already scouring the room.
And yeah, like I said, I've been just about everywhere today. I was on Only Slabs. I was with the Parliament and DVH. Later on tonight at 7 Central, 6 Mountain, I'll be with Evil Mike and the gang doing the quest through Kryn, the finale of the Dragons of Winter Night. And I'm looking forward to at least hopefully being on the first episode of Dragons of Spring Dawning. That's going to be pretty cool.
So you're just going one campaign to another.
Yeah. At least today. One day I'm doing my one day tour. I guess Cliff, if you're ready, I'll put you.
Yeah. So I got this rando box the other day in the mail, right? And and it's from Ontario, Canada, and sure enough, it was from 1063. And he didn't even know he was going to be my guest this week. It just worked out that way. And weeks ago, we had mentioned that I was not able to get a copy of the West Coast Avengers. I think it was the 1 in 25. And he sent it to me.
Oh, cool.
This is a lovely and unexpected AOK and so delightful. So there we are.
Cool.
With Blue Bolt on the cover. So
yeah, that's really cool.
That was very cool. A lovely surprise and really sweet. And, just my little something to show off. I have no idea how I'm going to keep up with all this freaking giveaway stuff that we're doing, by the way, because I'm looking at piles that I'm sorting like nonstop it's like I got to contribute to the regular council giveaway, my regular giveaway, the subscriber giveaway, the council subscriber giveaway. And I'm like, I don't know what to do anymore. I think to drive myself less crazy, I think I'm going to do 3, 3, 3, and 3.
Hey,
And then just 3 will be more special than the other 3 for my members. But let's but I am thinking of putting these in for the council monthly.
oh wow,
The Wolverine Spider-Verse, the Storm Spider-Verse, Captain America 750.
that's nice.
So that's probably going to be for the ordinary council giveaway, and then we'll work out the rest.
I like that Cap cover a lot. I just realised I was muted then.
It's a nod. It's a nod to Liefeld.
I was going to mention that.
Only it's done way better.
Oh yeah, way better. I might have to get on eBay for that. That looks tremendous.
So that's it from me.
All right, DVH, you're up, brother.
Okie dokie. Well, it was my birthday back in January. A while back, and I got this from my wife, which I've always wanted.
Cool.
Swoop.
Sweet.
Yeah, man. It's really nice. It transforms great as well. I was so excited because I really didn't expect anything this cool for my birthday, and it really, really tickled me because for some reason I go right back to being a kid whenever it's my birthday or Christmas and someone gives me a Transformer. It's wonderful. I really love this because I never had Swoop. It wasn't released in the UK, the original Swoop. I think I do have one now, but when I was a kid, not at all. And the one that I've got will be completely falling apart. Nothing. And this is obviously the new sexy Transformers 86 line, Studio 86 line Swoop, and it transformed wonderfully. But because I haven't been on live streams, I also got this for Christmas, which is just awesome.
Oh wow!
It's essentially it's like the Missing Link from Japan, but the US sort of counterpart. So it's very plasticky, but in a good way. Like whereas the Missing Link one is like an exact replica, except it has articulation of the old 80s one. Whereas this sort of is meant to be played with, you know? Like if you feel, whereas that one's like a premium sort of collectible thing. This one, you can just have a fiddle around, flick it, and just turn into Optimus Prime whenever you fancy. It's really fun. So I highly recommend, if you fancy a Transformer, this is the one to just pick up and have a good play with, because it's great. It's great. And I'm not even finished, because as well as Optimus Prime, I got my favorite Transformer other than Optimus Prime, which is Sea Spray.
Oh, cool.
I love Sea Spray, and I've got a boxed version of this, but because it's boxed, I never wanted to open it because I'm an idiot. So yeah, Mrs. Von Hoot got me this, so now I can play with it whenever I want. It is great. Little propellers go around and everything.
But can you do his voice?
No. I was going to attempt it then, but like it's not going to work.
Let's be honest. I don't think I could either.
No. That's everything that I have lying around anyway.
That's cool.
Cheers.
I meant to bring it out and I didn't. I forgot to pull it back out of the box from Only Slabs, but I was going to show my Firestorm. But anyway.
That's a great book. Love it.
Yeah.
We all love the Firestorm.
Hell yeah.
And I loved your Only Slabs appearance.
Thank you. I was really hoping I'd do good, and apparently I did.
It was great. I loved it. It's loads of fun. Loads of interesting books that you don't see every day. Like one of the only downside to having watched so much of Only Slabs is you do see repeat books every now and again, because like they're special to a lot of people, especially the big keys. But at a certain point, when you've seen them, sort of thing.
Yeah,
so
I gotta tell you, I never dreamed I was going to see so many giant size X-Men #1s, but I feel like I've seen all the giant size X-Men #1s. Like I'm just like giant size X-Men #1. And also like it's more interesting when people have the story than just when they're like, look, giant size X-Men #1. I'm like, cool, buddy, and you're boring. Like, you know, it's different when people are like, I love this comic book since I was a child, and it went with me everywhere, and it came back at 9.6.
I agree with you in sentiment, but if I ever have a giant size X-Men 1, you're sure as hell going to see it on Only Slabs.
Oh, if I get a giant size X-Men #1, you're going to see it on Only Slabs. You're going to see it on the Council of Comics. You're going to see. I'm just going to hold it like for a whole month. It's just going to be holding it everywhere I am. People are like, "What are you doing?" I'm holding my giant size X-Men. It's my new baby.
I was gonna say we'll be doing this episode. Cliff will be like, "Hey, look at that guy,"
and I'm like, "And this is my GSX. It's a 4.5. You know, I gave birth. It was wonderful. It was very painful."
I do want to take a minute, and I don't know if he's watching or not, and I want to express some get well wishes to my buddy Greg, the guy that cleans and presses my comics, and has taught me a lot about comics because he just had surgery on his knee, and he sent me a nice gruesome picture of it. So I wish him best wishes and speedy recovery.
I bet that hurts, but I bet it'll be better in the end. So it's all the best to him, as it were.
And on top of that, before he did that, he showed me he sent off a bunch of books. Like I know he sent off his Amazing Spider-Man 252. He sent off like a 316 and a few others that some of them he's had since childhood, like the 252 and stuff. And some of them were Mark Jewelers. And he has been on pins and needles waiting for that to come back. So I know it was some big books. So before we get started, I guess we'll go ahead and move on to tonight's topic because I know my wife's probably waiting on that so she can sound off on it. And I will tell you that tonight's topic is favorite science fiction movies, films, television, comics, whatever. And it has been brought to you by our sponsor, Fought Farms, who is selling a dozen of eggs for $19.99. Try to throw that little plug in there. Vault Fresh Farms, the freshest, whitest shells. I saw that today. I said, you know what? I'm just going to throw that in there. And so I did a poll on the community Comiverse chat, and it said, out of these four, which ones would you like to see? Which show would you like to see remade? Surprisingly enough, 31 votes. $6 Million Man got 42%. Buck Rogers got 26%. And Battlestar Galactica and V were tied at 16%. And after I posted this, I realized, Battlestar Galactica and V got remakes. And I probably should have put something on there like Land of the Lost or something like that. But, at the time I was posting it, I didn't think of it. And any chance I get a chance to plug V, I'm going to do it because that's one of my favorite childhood miniseries growing up. So
I do love some V.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's just something that I've got. I wish I'd have, I've been online all day. I was going to pull like the first issue of the comic because I've got the entire 18 issue run that DC did. I've got some novels. We've got, I did pull the DVDs at least. But so, guys, let's hear from y'all first. Favorite movies and science fiction television shows, or whatever.
Well, that's what I was just looking at now. I've got a database with all the movies I've got in, and they're in categories. And I don't. It's hard to say favorite.
Let's just say the ones you enjoyed.
No, I know.
I will point out that the idea of this came from me watching. Went back and watched the original Star Treks.
Yeah, well, they're great. I love those movies, especially the second one for obvious reasons. I do a thing at work where me and my cohort cohort watch famous people in space movies. Like whenever one turns up, famous people in space. So I enjoy that kind of thing very much, unless it's that one with Sandra Bullock. I thought that was rubbish. Event Horizon is one that pops into my head. I love that movie. It's a great horror movie that obviously is set in space, and it is horrific. It's a vicious movie. Alien, you can't go wrong with Alien. It's hard to argue with the Alien franchise, really. Well, when it's good, it's great. But if you see what I mean, when it's bad, it's bad. What else? Depends what I consider sci-fi. You see what I mean? Like, I'm watching X-Files at the moment. I'm about season 8 of X-Files. We've been watching a lot of it because it's all on Disney Plus over here. It's hit and miss, but I prefer the episodes where it's like Monster of the Week kind of TV rather than the sort of mind-numbingly dull, loads of like stuffy old men in like shirts saying there's an alien presence that never really turns up. Monster of the Week is far more fun. So X-Files to a degree. It depends what you consider science fiction again, like because Quantum Leap, for instance. Yeah. I think that counts, but isn't the thing that pops into your head when you say sci-fi, I don't think. Well, I love that show.
Cliff?
I don't know. I love the original Alien movie, and I like Alien Romulus for the same reason I like the original Alien movie. Sliders is good. Was it Fringe?
Yeah.
With the alternate universe? And the guy from Dawson's Creek?
Believe so.
Okay, Fringe, yes, Fringe, love Fringe. Oh no, I'd happily do a remake of Fringe. I loved the alternate comic books when they were hanging out over there. God, Stargate has such a tremendous legacy between the movie, the TV series, the spin-off series, so much stuff. My God, and sci-fi is so big. And I have a later in life respect for 2001: A Space Odyssey because it was so boring when I was a kid. And now that I'm older, I'm like, y'all were talking about killing Hal like a supercomputer because he was a little bit wrong about a calculation. He can lip read and everything, and then he starts messing with you because you're planning to kill him. Do you not realize this? I'm like, y'all did
2001 is a masterpiece.
It is.
What I always find astonishing about that movie is that it took place when it took place. So its frames of reference were completely fictional at that point.
Yes.
All those effects with the weightlessness and stuff like that, they got it so right for a film that, it could have been, it could have just as easily in lesser hands been sort of Flash Gordon-y camp, if you see what I mean. And there is a place for Flash Gordon, don't get me wrong, I love it, but 2001 is remarkable because it wasn't that. It's a fascinating movie.
We don't get Star Wars without Flash Gordon, so there you go.
Mm. Oh yeah, I'm not knocking Flash Gordon. Love it. It's a great movie.
THX 1138. That's woo. That one's a bit of a doozy, and that one's so weird. It's like Orwellian, very much so. But yeah, it's good to be young and full of imagination.
Oh yeah, The Matrix. Yeah, you can't argue with The Matrix as well. The first one.
The
rest of them I could do with that. But
yeah, I
the
don't.
First one's great.
It turns out I didn't need them.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I just realized I was on mute. I do that a lot. I just sit here talking. Oh, I'm on mute. Well, for me, like growing up, it was Battlestar Galactica, the $6 Million Man, original Star Trek on syndication, Next Generation. Now, like I said, we can just rattle a list. Movies, Flash Gordon. Some people would consider Highlander science fiction, the first Highlander. Yeah.
Some people are wrong, but that's fine.
That one falls more into a supernatural class.
Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Love that movie.
Oh, yeah. Iconic again. Wonderful film.
Even I mentioned, I said $6 Million Man. I'm going to show these because I got these from my wife. $6 Million Man and the Bionic Woman.
Lovely.
And then, like I said, I went back and watched the original Star Trek movies. They pretty much stayed in the hierarchy that I thought they would, except for it is so hard for me to pick between Star Trek 2 and Star Trek 6 because I love both of them. They're both directed by the same guy. 2 had Ricardo Montalban. 6 just had a great send-off for the original cast with a great story. I mean, that thing hit on all cylinders. And we found out that either in part 6, you find out through a little throwaway line that Spock is either related to Sherlock Holmes or the creator of Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. The Arrival. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if you actually count it as sci-fi. I know DVH mentioned X-Files, but there was a spinoff called Millennium. And of course, your Sliders, I got like 1,000 shows going through my head. Andromeda, Gene Roddenberry's Andromeda, featuring Kevin.
Yeah, which its star ruined.
Yeah.
Kevin Sorbo, it's too complicated. You shut your mouth, sir. This show is excellent.
Yeah. Oh, my wife mentioned Demolition Man. We watched that movie all the time.
Oh, classic.
Yeah.
I literally, I see Bizzle mentioned it too first, but I literally took a line from that. I was doing a role playing session with my buddy. Literally took a line from that movie from Wesley Snipes because my character his gun had got modified, and when I shot it for the first time, I rolled a natural 20. So I not only obliterated the bad guy, but I obliterated the field behind him. And I went, God damn, I love this gun.
Amazing.
So, I mean, it was great. I mean, The Running Man, Westworld, yes. I mean,
the first season of Westworld is amazing. Love
now, I don't
season.
know. I don't know. Is Mike talking about the TV show, or was the old stuff a TV show? I thought the old one was it a movie or a TV show?
It's a movie. Well, I mean, originally it's a book, but the movie was.
What about Planet of the Apes?
Yeah, you can't go wrong with those monkey movies. Love them. Tremendous.
Yep. I was going to make a crude Jay and Silent Bob joke about. That wasn't Jay and Silent Bob. That was bro. Anyway, it was Brody or something about loving a show about a man and his monkey.
That can go a few different ways.
Yeah. Book, movie, show. Oh. So is Mike asking us what our favorite book, movie, and show is, or?
No, he's saying that
the
it's
Order of Westworld.
Westworld.
Okay, gotcha.
He digs.
Edge of Tomorrow, They Live.
Oh, They Live's amazing. One of the greatest fights in cinematic history in that movie.
Yep, and one of the most immortal lines too from Roddy Piper.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I also got to mention Land of the Lost, which I did mention before. Yeah, my wife is a big fan of the apes.
They're great, really fun.
Jurassic Park.
Mrs. Von Hoot loves Pacific Rim. See, Bizzle. she's obsessed with the first movie.
The
I
first
have-
one's so good,
It is.
And
It's
then-
wonderful.
and the second one got too light and fluffy. You know,
Mm.
like
I
I don't know.
I was
I
really
have to-
excited to see it, and then I watched it, and I was like, "Oh no!"
I have to admit, I don't
that's
think
let us
I've
down,
ever
isn't
seen.
it?
I don't think I've ever seen Pacific Rim.
Oh, you should
the
definitely
first
see the
one's
first
very
one.
good.
Yeah, the first one's excellent. The soundtrack alone to that movie is worth watching it for. It's yeah. Guillermo del Toro, just he's a wonderful director. Wonderful.
Starship Troopers. See, Bizzle, I've seen the first one. I don't think I've seen any of them after the first one.
Same.
And yeah, even though it's considered a comedy, Galaxy Quest. I love Galaxy Quest.
Oh, that's a great movie. Yeah.
Yeah, lots of great stuff.
And Tim Allen doesn't ruin it by being too much of himself.
I knew
Yeah.
you were going to say.
As a continuation from our parliament,
Well,
commentary.
I think that's a fair assessment though, because when he is too much himself, it doesn't work. But if he's carefully balanced, like he is in to be fair, Home Improvement, they pulled it off perfectly. He's the right amount of Tim Allen in that show, and in Galaxy Quest, exactly the same. He's just enough of a dick. I guess.
Wellbore beat me to it. I was going to say it, and I'd be remiss if I didn't mention one of the greatest science fiction TV shows of all time, Doctor Who.
Yeah. And Red Dwarf as well. I've started rewatching that recently. Red Dwarf's really funny.
You know, not only is Red Dwarf funny, but it still sticks to sci-fi.
Yeah.
You know, because there's some stuff that happens there where I was like, oh my God, this is tragic. What are we doing, Red Dwarf? We were laughing, we were playing, now people are dying. What are you doing?
Yeah, that's it.
And my wife said, I can't believe Tony hasn't mentioned Doctor Who. I just did. A funny side note, my wife, I keep saying crochet, she knitted me a 12-foot long scarf that is up in the closet. But it is pretty awesome. She asked me, she said, is there something you'd like for me to make for you? And I went, yeah, I'd love that scarf. And she spent like 6 months making that thing, and she has never asked me if I wanted anything else again.
I think it's a fair trade.
Yeah.
I mean, you got the scarf out of it.
Yeah. For Starship Troopers is the only one that is all you need to see. Do not see the sequels. Okay.
Right. Same thing. Same thing with The Matrix. Same thing with Grease too. I mean, you know,
It's the greatest sci-fi film of all time.
I wouldn't say it's greatest sci-fi, but I will say, you know, you got Michelle Pfeiffer and you got, you know, Maxwell Caulfield being the best cutie patootie ever. You know, like I was just like, let him ride up on me with a motorcycle. He get that. Even as an old ass man, he could still get it. He could still. I saw him on his Instagram the other day. You call me, Maxwell. You call me.
And speaking of Doctor Who, I would point out that just a few weeks ago, Tom Baker celebrated his 91st birthday.
Wow.
That's going to be a sad day whenever I read the headlines that he passed away.
Yeah.
Got Gattaca. I remember Gattaca.
I remember the name, but I don't think I ever saw it, and I can't picture it in my head at all.
My wife says it was a 9-foot scarf. You filled your quota from me, especially since it was knit instead of crochet.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Boy, you asked for your wife to deliver, didn't you?
Yeah. But she did a great job, and it still holds together after all these years. It's still really good. I only pull it out on special occasions. And then we got Elysium.
Oh yeah, that's a good flick. Yeah, that's fun. Oh, The Faculty. I love that movie.
Oh, I forgot about The Faculty.
Is that a sci-fi? I don't know. It's more of a monster movie, really, isn't it?
I mean, it's a little both. It's a little both.
Yeah.
District 9. Yes, that is a hell of a movie. Now we're getting into the weeds here. Like, we're getting deep. I love these flicks.
Oh my lord! Here's another one I can't believe I didn't mention, but I'll mention it here in a second. Yes, Quantum Leap. I consider Quantum Leap a sci-fi show.
Mm.
The Last Starfighter. No.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Alex is defending the world universe against the Cordon Armada. Anyway.
Oh yeah, Pitch Black. That's another good shout from JSS Brooklyn there.
Oh
Tremendous.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Even Mr. Potato Head can't ruin it. He's really good in Pitch Black.
Enemy Mine. I forgot about Enemy Mine.
You know what? I don't think I've ever seen Enemy Mine. Like I really should. It's one list of things to do.
If I'm not mistaken, that's the one that's got Dennis Quaid and Lou Gossett Jr. in it.
That sounds right. I only really know of it because everybody said it was very similar to the first issue of Void Rivals. So,
thank you. Oh, Last Starfighter and Krull. I'm trying to remember when Wellbore mentioned Enemy Mine. It made me think of a TV show called Alien Nation, or a movie. Was it a movie? Maybe both.
So there's definitely a show. I don't know about a movie. I'm not August.
Yep. And my wife mentioned Armageddon.
Oh, Armageddon. Yes, I love Armageddon because it has 2 D's in it. And
Armageddon.
Armageddon. I that's a funny one. I was on a camp when I was a kid. We were away from the home and we went to Cardiff, I want to say, on a trip out. And we all decided to go and see Armageddon because it was on at the cinema. I was about 15, I think, that sort of age. What we didn't factor in is Armageddon is a ridiculously long movie for a film that's about as, smart as, well, a Michael Bay movie can get. It's really long. And we came out and they'd been waiting for us to get back to the van to go home for about an hour and a half and had a search party out for us. It was crazy.
My wife was correct. There was a movie and then a TV show for Alien Nation.
Oh, I was not paying attention. I could have answered that easily. And the TV series was good.
Yeah. Would Critters be counted as sci-fi?
Horror sci-fi, if we're going to go down that road.
I sort of feel like that sort of monster movie sort of territory. Yeah. I mean, they come from space. They're aliens. I'll give you that.
Hey, my Spotty, how you doing? Oh.
What else? There's got to be some stuff on these walls. Oh, Jason X. It's one of the greatest sci-fi movies ever made.
Sure.
Who doesn't love Jason in space?
Again, does it fall kind of under horror?
Yeah, but that's he's in a spaceship. It counts.
Are those the rules now? Is that how we're doing this?
If you're going to make that the rules, you might as well say that Leprechaun's one up on Jason because not only has he been
they did Leprechaun in space.
Not only was he in space, but he was in the hood too.
I mean, both science fiction when you think about it.
Fifth Element.
I never really liked Fifth Element. I know that's sacrilege to a lot of people, but it just never worked for me for some reason.
I'm just going to pretend you didn't say that.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I'm sorry.
Multipass.
I'm trying to like find stuff that like really like calls to me. Oh, sci-fi that I loved. Do you remember where like oh my god, is it Sherlock Holmes? No, no. Hold on. Is it H.G. Wells time travels to defeat Moriarty or something like that? Oh my god, Time and Time Again, I think it's the name of it.
I don't think I've ever seen it. But yeah, that does sound awesome.
I don't know
If we're doing time travel movies, you like Back to the Future's the daddy, surely.
Oh
Or
yeah,
is he trying to stop Jack the Ripper film?
The
Time
time
travel. Stop Jack the Ripper.
H.G. Wells' The Time Machine.
Time after time, H.G. Wells uses his time machine to pursue Jack the Ripper from escaping to the 20th century. Yes!
Okay, I have to see that.
With Malcolm McDowell. Yes!
I'm in. I must see that movie.
Yes, yeah. And they try to remake it as a TV series over here on ABC. It didn't happen. It did, but I love the first episode. I was like, they almost had the magic and they blew it. But I could live with a remake of this.
So I'm going to throw in a couple. One's a comedy and one's not. There was a movie by Jeff Bridges called Starman.
Oh, brilliant! And not a comedy.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
that's not a comedy. The comedy I was going to mention is from Jeff Goldblum called Earth Girls Are Easy.
Yeah.
But another one that is actually more horror than than science fiction is Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Very nice.
Yeah, I love that movie. It's loads of fun.
I mean, if you want to throw the little sci-fi element in there, you could also make a case for Night of the Creeps. So, I mean...
Yeah. Night of the Creeps and The Faculty are very similar. I mean, to the point where someone should have maybe got sued over it. Because Night of the Creeps is essentially the exact same plot. I mean...
My wife just pointed out something I didn't know, that apparently Starman also had a TV series. I didn't know that.
It did.
And then Short Circuit.
Yeah, love Short Circuit.
Now,
Inner Space.
Oh my God, Inner Space. That was great.
Great.
I'm possessed.
Yeah. Martin Short is wonderful.
Now, I'm going to bring up a TV show. I'm Googling it to make sure I get it right, but I just vaguely remember it from my childhood. From the 80s, and I seem to remember a television show called The Phoenix, and it was about science fiction series follows Banu, an ancient alien who is discovered in Peru and awakened in the 20th century. Banu uses the Phoenix amulet to find Mira, his partner from his home planet, and I remember it. I thought the dude in it was kind of cool. I think Cliff would love the guy.
One that I also enjoyed, Sequest DSV.
Yeah, Sequest was good.
Yep. Unfortunately.
Never saw it.
All right, Mike, I apologize in advance because this is another one that I should have mentioned. Freaking Firefly.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, sure. We all know why I don't mention Firefly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you don't like Nathan Fillion, never mind.
I don't like Nathan Fillion, and Joss Whedon certainly is no prize at the moment.
Oh
so.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, I forgot.
Yeah,
So it's a double whammy. Unlike Buffy, where it's a single whammy, and here it's a double.
And the Lawnmower Man.
Oh, see, at least Lawnmower Man gave me a little bit of spiciness to look forward to when I watched it.
But yeah, I mean, I forgot with the stuff with Whedon, but I mean, if we're going to talk about Firefly, we got to talk about the show that inspired it, and that's Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, I love that show.
Yeah,
it's
love
so
Cowboy
cool.
Bebop.
That
And
theme tune is just...
learned. Stop trying to replicate the magic. It was a great animated series. Let's just leave it alone.
Leave it alone, yeah.
I might be one of the very, very rare people that says I actually enjoyed the one season of the live action. It had a lot of issues, but I enjoyed it.
So here's the thing, right? I thought it was good enough that it deserved a chance for a second season. But now we'll never know. But unfortunately, its flaws were glaring, and that was a problem.
I've often said, I think I even said this in a review once, or in a comment that they tried too hard. They probably tried more than they should have.
I think that's fair. Yeah.
But I'm glad that they tried. I'm glad that it
Yeah.
showed that they put in some love and care, and that part I like.
Yeah. JSS Brooklyn, I don't know why I didn't think of this one either. He says, "Oh, if we're doing all to get serious, Star Blazers."
Interesting.
Star Blazers is really interesting for me because I had a VHS tape. It was called Space Crusaders as a kid from Rank Video, and it was I would come to find out Star Blazers edited down into a movie. Like, so we didn't get Star Blazers in the UK, as far as I know, anyway. And I just had this one VHS tape of the edited condensed version, and I've never seen that version of it anywhere. I really want to go back and see Star Crusaders because obviously I grew up with it. So yeah,
I'm fixing to go through a lot of comments because the chat is really coming up with some good stuff here. We got C Bizzle saying Judge Dredd. Now,
Dredd's the one.
I enjoyed the one with Sylvester Stallone until I realized that he never showed his hood in the comics. But I still enjoy watching it. It's a great Stallone film. It's not a great Dredd film. Like DV8 said, the other one with Colin Farrell is the one you want to watch. My wife suggested iRobot, which was a really great film. Alf. Gotta love Alf.
Yeah.
Battleship Yamato. And then Mad Spotty says,
isn't Battleship Yamato Star Blazers' original title?
I thought so.
Yeah, okay. We're on the same. In which case, we're doing animes. The Guyver. I love The Guyver. Yeah. And Guyver 2, Dark Hero. Class movie.
Mad Spidey said, "Don't get me on anime. I might not do Outback and could talk for hours." Yes, Spidey's Outback's coming up in a few minutes. Logan's Run. That's a great film, and I need to get to. I know there's some comics based off of it too. And my wife mentioned Blade Runner.
I love Blade Runner, but I only love the Ultimate Edition. When it's the perfect version of that movie. So
we're gonna have to do we'll have to do another anime show soon. We got my wife saying The Thing, and Mike brought up. I call it Akira, whatever you want to call it.
Akira,
still badass. I'd actually like to get the comics for Akira. I know they're a little pricey, but I would love to get the comics. We got Bio City. And then we got Chop saying, "Hey, yep, the Guyver, Back to the Future. Oh, Vampire Hunter D. That was my formal introduction to anime. I mean, if I really wanted to go technical, I could say the first anime shows I ever watched was Voltron and Speed Racer. So, I mean,
I always preferred Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust. Over the original, but that might be because I just had already seen Bloodlust, and then I went back and watched Vampire Hunter D, and it just didn't quite hit as well.
Well, see, and I was the other way around. I rented the first one off on VHS, and then I went and bought it. Oh man, those were great. The Man That Fell to Earth. I forgot about that. Robot. But yeah, Mike's right. It's totally there's a lot of science fiction elements in Vampire Hunter D, from the fact that, like Mike said, it takes place like way into the future. You got high tech weapons. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I believe he rides a cybernetic horse. So I mean, it's pretty cool. We got Pluto. But yeah, check. Just keep Battle of the Planets. And I believe, wasn't there a TV show for a cartoon for Shogun Warriors, or was that just a comic?
I feel like that was just a comic, but I'm gonna look it up.
And my wife mentioned Manimal.
I've just rented Time After Time, so I'm definitely gonna see it. It's gonna happen. I need to.
Yes. I look forward to hearing your thoughts.
I'll have to
check it out too. Sounds great.
I like science fiction, and I like time travel, and I like Jack the Ripper. So I mean,
Yeah, it ticks all the boxes. I mean,
yeah.
you got to go for it. What was I going to look up? I was going to look up something. Oh, Shogun Warriors. Yeah.
JSS Brooklyn says, Mike, since you said Pluto, I'm going to say Battlefield Earth. The survivors. Okay.
Okay. I have the official answer from Wikipedia.
All right.
Due to Shogun Warriors being based on characters drawn from a wide range of Japanese TV shows, there was never a cartoon because they couldn't get the rights to all those different characters for one show.
Wow. Kind of like the whole Jetfire, Skyfire thing for the Transformers, right?
Similar, yeah. Lone Wolf and Cub, classic. But,
yep.
I mean, that's hard to say that one's sci-fi, really.
So, I'll mention a sitcom as I highlight my wife's chat that says Airwolf. And if you're going to bring in Airwolf, you might as well bring in Blue Thunder as well. There was a TV show in the late 80s, early, I think it might have been 90s, called Small Wonder, where this guy.
Yeah, the girl with Vicky the robot. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I used to love that too.
Oh, my Lord. Knight Rider.
That counts. Talking car. Yeah.
Coming up with all these shows.
I guess with Knight Rider, it really is just a procedural with a talking car. And that's the most sci-fi-ness about it.
Not only was it a talking car, but it was a smart-ass talking car.
Yeah.
And I love the remake to a certain extent. I mean, I got pissed off because they canceled it after one season. Because to me, like, the remake it was slow starting off, and then towards the end of the series, they to me the story started getting better. They established reestablished the foundation for law and government. I could have really cared less about Carr being a transformer. Mm-hmm. And he was voiced by Peter Cullen, who actually voiced Carr in the first episode of the original series. But I mean,
Toy Games. Sorry to cut you off there.
Whoa!
But RoboCop. Why did that pop into my head? That's crazy.
Oh, RoboCop should be, and thank you, Angelo, for bringing that up. Appreciate you.
Should always be in my head. Yeah, RoboCop's amazing.
JSS Brooklyn says, obviously, the Magnum PI, because that job is science fiction. I love Magnum PI. That's like one of my favorites.
Oh, yeah. Magnum's great.
I mean, who doesn't want to get a Hawaiian shirt and a Ferrari and run around Hawaii? I mean,
I just want to be Tom Selleck, to be honest. Like, he's a majestic beast of a man. Yeah. Like, the mustache is a hard thing to pull off. Like, only a select few really pull off a mustache, and they're the most manly men in the planet. Like, if you can pull off a mustache.
Terminator. Now, my wife mentioned 11/22/63. That's Stephen King, if I'm not mistaken. And Dreamcatcher. Now we're getting to Stephen King territory.
Well, Stephen King does blend the horror and the sci-fi.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. It is King. Okay. Yeah, you mentioned DVH. You mentioned Tom Selleck, and yeah, I love Magnum PI, and like I said, we've been watching Blue Bloods, and I often joked about in Blue Bloods while the man was still alive. I wish they'd have had Higgins show up. You know?
Yeah, that would have been awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Because you look at the type of character Tom Selleck played in Magnum, and then you look at the type of character he plays in Blue Bloods, and it's like, wow.
Completely different. And yet still very Tom Selleck.
Yep. The Dark Tower. Now, we know Mike loves the Dark Tower. He did a whole series on the Dark Tower books that y'all should go check out.
Does Mike like Stephen King? Does he?
Yes.
I don't know.
It's the
I mean,
first I'm hearing of it.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit.
Just a smidge.
Yeah,
Just a smidge.
it is sci-fi. It is an alien. Yep. My wife absolutely loves. Now she likes the remakes of it, but her like myself prefer the one from 1990, the Tim Curry.
I gotta say, I think they did a lot of it. I think they took a lot of intelligent risk with the remake.
Yeah, that's true. I agree. And no matter and it's one of those films that is never going to be quote unquote exactly like the book, because if you read the book, you know exactly what scene I'm talking about. That will never be put in a live action film.
No, and obviously Stephen King in his older age is like, oh, I should have been. The drugs, everybody, the drugs.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be writing scenes about kids having sex. So the drugs, everybody, the drugs.
Yeah, that was probably a mistake.
It was the drugs. It was the drugs. The drugs. It was the drugs. He's a father now. He's got grown kids. Things have happened. It was the drugs, everybody. The drugs were rough.
In the words of Dave Chappelle's version of James Brown, I almost said
cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug. Rick James. And of course, OG Battlestar. My wife could get started on that one. She hates the remake.
Really?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Obviously they do change some things, but it's still a great show in its own right.
She is a diehard fan of the original series, and I love it too. But I actually enjoyed the remake a little bit, but never finished watching all of them, but of the remake. But I mean, let's be honest. That even after a little while, when the original series got to 1980, it kind of just went a little off the wall.
Yeah, they had officially left the rails. The rails were gone. The rails way off.
They jumped the land shark.
Yeah, they did.
Have we literally picked our brain for all the shows or stuff we like? Or
I mean, I know I've got tons of stuff, but I just can't. My brain is being useless.
And also, this is not my most treaded territory, so I'm sure that's not helping me.
Well, there are a few I was going to mention, but no, that's more fantasy than it is sci-fi. So, I mean, because when you start throwing any kind of sci-fi stuff in there, you could throw there was a cartoon called Turbo Teen, where this kid melded with his car. Where I always forget which one it is, but if you got him hot or cold, one of them may turn him into his car, the other one turn him back human.
Yeah, hot made the car, I'm pretty sure.
Probably, more than likely.
He had to be real careful taking showers, that kid.
Oh, yeah.
End up with a hole in the wall.
Yeah, and not in the fun way.
No. Oh. Life Force. Now, I don't know about the movie, but I did play the game.
I've never seen the movie. I've always wanted to. It's like space vampires, isn't it? Something like that. Yeah.
A spin-off from Happy Days. We have Mork and Mindy.
Oh, Mork! Yep. I'm desperate to show Badger that because I got such fond memories of Mork and Mindy, but it's just not streaming anywhere here. It's driving me mad.
And Mork, you can see Mork and Mindy is very interesting to rewatch because the changes are so drastic in the show. You got a full cast in season 1, then season 2, it's like, yeah, we're dialing the extra cast back a little bit now.
Mike said nope. For a minute there, I thought he was making a comment. Then I remember, no, there's a movie called Nope.
Yeah. That was interesting with the UFO actually being a predatory alien. That was cool.
Yeah. Twilight Zone.
I thought about saying Twilight Zone, but to me that is more like it lends itself more to thriller. than sci-fi, so I didn't mention it.
Yeah, because I was going to say, if you mentioned Twilight Zone, you might as well throw in Tales from the Dark Side.
Yeah. And oh, the one that was out around the same time as X-Files that was a remake. Oh,
The Outer Limits.
Yes, Outer
That's
Limits. There you go.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Well, look at me remembering something. Bravo.
Mm. That's the one.
I'm so proud. I do know things.
You do know things.
Well, so I'm going to ask one question, and you don't have to answer it if you don't want to. I may be picking fights. Oh, what's your favorite movie? Sci-fi movie? Night Stalker, Cold Shit. Okay, yeah, Night Stalker. So, what's your favorite sci-fi movie that you can think of right off the top of your head? Or I'll make it even easier. What's the sci-fi film that you watch repeatedly, whether you realize it or not?
Transformers the movie.
Yeah,
easily, like by a massive amount.
So, follow-up question.
Probably the movie that I've seen the most.
Follow-up question, DVH. How much of your soul dies every time you watch it?
Quite a lot. Like it's always a traumatic experience. Yeah. But I've got a theory that I think Transformers is as successful as it is directly because of that movie. I know that the toys were massive, but because they killed Prime, this is him dying. I think it traumatized a generation of kids so much that when they grew up, they still remembered it like it happened yesterday. And it's all because of this big guy.
I was going to say it gave it a shot in the arm.
Yeah. Because at the time it was, really bad. Like for Hasbro, they took a lot of stick over killing Prime. Oh, yeah. But like in the long run, I really think that's why it's stuck in people's consciousness so much. But that's just my theory.
Cliff, what would your answer be?
I really don't know. I want to say Carpenter's The Thing because it's just right there on the cusp of horror and sci-fi. And I also want to say the same thing about the original Alien because it's right there on the cusp of horror and sci-fi.
Yeah.
See, so this is just my opinion, of course. I don't see The Thing so much as a sci-fi movie because of its sort of all right, I get that it's an alien, right? Mm-hmm. But because of everything else about it, it's more a straight up monster horror movie in my mind. Whereas Alien, I can see a much better argument for it being sci-fi because of the surroundings.
We're going to go with Alien and an honorable mention that you could also argue with me, Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Oh, it's a wonderful film. Yes.
And the reason that movie has solidified a special place in my heart is I bought a very specific DVD special edition that I never got to watch with my father.
Oh, man.
Oh, sad times.
So now, and I'm one of those people that I feel like you have to face your trauma. You got to look into that void and say, you're not going to own me. So of course I opened it and I watched it. And now, it's its own thing. Now it's taken on its own entity in my mind. And Tony can hear us again.
I'm sorry. I went to go grab something real quick for my answer.
Okay.
I apologize.
There are no apologies. I just didn't notice the ears until you came back.
Yeah.
I'm going to go through some lists, and I'm going to mention one that I can't believe nobody's mentioned yet. But Demolition Man for Steve Bizzle. My wife's Wrath of Khan. Mike says Dune.
Mm-hmm.
Dune. Why didn't we talk about Dune? I'm an idiot. Oh.
Yeah. remake or original. I mean,
all
Good.
Dunes count.
yeah.
How damaged are we that none of us brought up Star Wars? Like that's
Because that is more action adventure than anything else.
it
I would
is.
consider that
You're
more-
right.
Yeah, I consider that more fantasy than.
Yeah, fair
You
enough.
know,
Fair
I'm
enough.
sorry, we've got space wizards and an evil space wizard, and
Oh yeah, Mike did bring up Star Wars.
yeah.
Because
Clearly,
Bill-
Last Jedi is the best sci-fi movie ever. Has it all: comedy, action, the horror of being so terrible.
I'm not going there. Because if we talk about Star Wars, we got to talk about Spaceballs.
Yeah, but
Right?
that is designed to be comedy and parody, so we don't have to talk about Spaceballs because we know what Spaceballs knows exactly what it is. We know what it is, and that's the end of that.
So, if for me personally, if you take away the Star Wars, the Star Trek, Close Encounters, all that, a movie that I really loved since I was a kid, still watch it every chance I get, The Wraith.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I love this movie. Charlie Sheen plays a guy that comes back from the dead. He's got a badass freaking car. I mean, this movie is.
I'm not going to
absolutely
lie to you. When I only watched that movie the first time a couple of years ago, and I like the idea of it more than the execution. That was my opinion in watching it. But I can see why someone would love it though if they grew up watching it for sure.
Oh yeah, I mean, I absolutely love The Wraith. And then we got
Buckaroo Banzai, yes.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
That's
right.
a movie. Love Buckaroo Banzai.
Oh
There
my
we go.
God! I had one of the strangest hookups of my life because of Buckaroo Banzai.
Nice.
And and honestly, I mean, you got to admit, it's a weird ass movie to
Yeah.
And JSS Brooklyn says Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy and the OG Doctor Who.
Oh,
Ready Player One.
Ready Player One. I'll give that some credit. Yes.
That's another one I hadn't watched yet. I tend to say that a lot.
I mean, it would never be anywhere near a favorites list for me, but it is quite watchable. Yeah.
Avatar? Now, which Avatar? Are we talking the Last Airbender Avatar? Or are we talking?
Well, Last Airbender isn't sci-fi, so I would rule that.
All right. I would assume it's James Cameron's Avatar.
I would assume James Cameron too, and of course, however, Unobtainium. Come on, guys, why aren't we better than this?
Old Disney movie, Space Family Robinson.
Oh, what about Black Hole?
The Black Hole. Oh wow,
Yeah.
you're right. And Mike just mentioned it.
There we go. There we go.
Be careful of those Daleks. Mean trash cans.
For
Oh
real.
yeah. Yeah.
Ever seen Oblivion with Cruise? Kind of underrated. Yeah, I think I have.
Yeah, and honestly, I like the movie as much as I don't like him, so it works.
There's Return to Witch Mountain and Escape from Witch Mountain.
Yes, there is. And the Witch Mountain remake.
Yep. Which spawned a really popular meme.
Yep. With The Rock, of course.
Yep.
Because we can't escape him.
No matter how hard we try.
Yeah.
Nobody can.
Well,
Hey,
guys,
you
that's
smell what The Rock is cooking. Yes, because you never shut up and you're everywhere I go.
it's either pancakes or pie.
Occasionally it's a steak, but I mean, I just feel like that goes with the territory.
Okay. Evil's Comics said Flight of the Avatar. Now, I don't know about Flight of the Avatar, but I will say
Flight of the Navigator.
Flight of the
Flight
Navigator.
of the Navigator.
Why
Is the
do I
one.
feel like he's
Yeah.
talking about Flight of the Navigator?
He may have been.
I
He
hope
also-
that's what he means.
He also
I would
mentioned
think so.
War Games and Tron. I love Tron. I think they're working on another one.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they
100%.
are. Let's see.
I've never, honestly, I've always, always had the unpopular opinion that Tron is at best all right. Like it never worked for me. Even as a kid, I was like,
What's Hellboy and Guardians of the Galaxy? Well, technically they're comic books, but Guardians of the Galaxy does take place in space.
Mm.
Yeah, but there's not a lot of focus on the technology, is there? Like, is it enough to make that count?
Well, not really.
Yeah, well.
And my wife mentioned Journey to the Center of the Earth.
As one would.
Mm-hmm. Would 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, the novel by Jules Verne, be considered science fiction?
I believe it would, yes. Oh, and I guess, are we leaving out Back to the Future? Did we mention Back to the Future?
No. My wife and quite a few people mentioned Back to the Future.
Oh, okay.
I did say it briefly. Look how posable this is.
As well.
So
that
cool.
is cool.
Yeah, well, Back to the Future is a classic, and it, as a trilogy, it's up there with one of the greatest trilogies of all time. They're really solid. I love the third one particularly. It's a great flick.
You know, the third one used to be my least favorite, and now it's really grown on me. But much like Empire is like the best movie because so much happens, that's how I feel about Back to the Future 2.
Yeah.
As a kid, I loved 2. I thought 2 was a masterpiece, but I've changed my mind as I got older.
I was going to say,
why? What is it? Because 2 hit on too many notes in reality?
No, I just think 3's a better movie. Honestly, as a kid, I didn't like westerns as a kid, so automatically it was like down a rung. And then, like as I've grown up, I've grown to appreciate a western more.
I feel the same way. I appreciate 3 more as an adult, but I still have I don't know, like my heart is so attached to 2. I just love all that shit. Oh no, he stole the gambling book. Oh, how do we figure this out? Oh, how do we stop it? How do we undo it? Like,
yeah.
And my wife mentioned favorite sci-fi show for her, of course, is $6 Million Man, Bionic Woman, and the remake of Bionic Woman was terrible.
Yeah, like what were they doing? You know, you can't do that remake and not try to capture the fun.
I never saw the remake, but I do know that the actress that was in it was like a long-standing soap opera actress over here.
Yeah,
and it was like a really weird sort of like she'd suddenly gone to Hollywood and was the lead in this show. Came out completely out of left field to everybody in this country because she was, fairly.
And I'm going to be
not like she's a great actress. I mean, I'm not bad mouthing her; she's fine, but like it's weird.
Oh wow! JSS Brooklyn says, "Oh Kim, I still have my Bionic Man fan kit from Lee Majors." Wow, I didn't even know that was a thing. Wow. Well, I was going to say, as far as TV shows go, my favorite is V. I love V. And, and a side note to mention another movie, it kind of gave them the idea of the giant hovering ships in Independence Day.
Yeah, I can see that.
But guys, y'all, that's about all I've got. We'll go around the horn real quick. Cliff, what you got coming up, man?
Woo! All right, so Council Comics movie reviews. So now we're on Steven Spielberg. So tomorrow we're doing Jurassic Park and the box office. Mondays, new keys and hot comics of the week at 8 p.m. Eastern. 8 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday. It's new comic book day. Plus, we get to watch Green Shirt Guy open an AOK from Digger Jim. So that should be really, really special. And of course he wasn't expecting it, so it was great. And then Dr. Von Hoot from the Spiral Dimension will be my guest on Comics and Coffee with Cliff next Saturday morning.
Do I have to drink coffee on it? Like I like coffee, but I don't generally drink it. So
bring a beverage. Bring a beverage.
Okay.
I know it'll be about 3:00 in the afternoon for you. Just bring a beverage.
Okay.
Bring a tea.
A light tea, an afternoon tea.
Yeah. Myself, I have got to go to sleep shortly so that I can watch the Royal Rumble in the morning with Badger. And then on Monday, I have WrestleCrate unboxing coming out with one of the best autographs I've ever got from WrestleCrate. I'm so excited to have it. So yeah, everybody should look for that video because I'm over the moon with it. However, unfortunately, I did know what it was already, so it wasn't a surprise. If it was a surprise, I'd still be going mental. But I was when I saw it, I was still like, oh, it's happening. And then I will be on with Cliff on Saturday, and then again, hopefully, I will have another episode of Parliament of Mouths on Saturday. So it's back.
Hooray!
All right, so for me, in less than an hour, I'll be, like I said, with Mike over on his channel doing Quest Through Korean, the last chapter of the last installment of Dragons of Winter Night. Monday will be a mail call unboxing, and if you watched Only Slabs, you saw it, but it'll be me unboxing my latest slab. Hopefully next Friday, if I can get it out, because I'm being very particular about this video, is what we got. Oh wow, the adult. Oh my god.
All right.
Oh my.
I have no idea. I have no idea who Boner Jams is, but that's fine entertainment right there. Well done.
I'm still never sure who he is. There's who I think he is, and then there's just, there you go.
I lost my train of thought. It'll hit the station.
Yeah, I have no idea what you were saying then.
Yeah, I appreciate you though, Voter Jams. Thank you. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it for February, folks.
Okay, yeah. I'm working on my next comic spotlight, and instead of doing one episode, I'm doing 6. Instead of doing one book, I'm doing 6, and I'm doing Craven's Last Hunt. I mean, I'm halfway through issue 4, editing everything. Hopefully it'll come out Friday. If I don't feel like it's ready, it may be delayed. And then after that, it's pretty much going to be next week will be I'll be joining Dr. Von Hoop for the Parliament if there's one in session. Next episode of Into the Comiverse will be a finale of sorts. It'll be the last episode. And the reason why I say that, not last episode forever, but if y'all know what I've been talking about here lately, sometime between the end of February and end of March, me and my wife are going to be moving to Indiana. And I've already got some stuff working out. We're going to go towards, during the HorrorCon, we're going to be there a week before the HorrorCon to scout out places to live. I actually have an appointment to tour the facilities of Toyota. So that'll be pretty cool. It's not an interview, it's just a tour. I'm going to get my foot in the door. So for the most part, I'm going to do a live show next week, which will be my last live show that I do until April, until I get everything settled and we're back in our new place and everything. I'll be on Mike's first installment of Dragons of Spring Dawning on the 15th. Then after that, I'll be posting videos here and now, but for the most part, the channel's going on hiatus until I get everything sorted because I want to focus on getting the move done, getting all that taken care of, and then I'm going to bring the channel back. May also give me a chance to actually come up with some new ideas. I'm still working on the Vampire Western, and still working on doing that. You'd think with all this time off now, because, this Monday I go sign my severance package from Butterball. So you'd think with all this time off, I'd be writing, but no, I haven't. But No more packages for Tony's, guys. He's got enough to pack up. Don't listen to her. Bring them on. But anyway, that's it. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank DVH and Cliff for hanging out with me tonight as we talked about our favorite science fiction stuff. And I want to thank everybody that was in the chat. Excuse me. Thank you for chatting it up. And then I want to thank everybody for watching this on the rewind. And everyone, thank you for watching. And we're going to get out of here because in about 30 minutes I'll be on Mike's channel. So everyone, thank you for watching, and we'll see you all next Saturday for the finale episode before I go on hiatus. So everyone, be safe, take care, and God bless.
Well, dudes, I'd say that's pretty much a wrap. Yep. Cowabunga?
Cowabunga!
Yeah!
Cowabunga!